Welcome to the channel, 831 Avo. Today we're gonna paint 9 little gems. Seven of them are in a 5 and 2 in a long planter sleeve. Long overdue for a nut pot. And then we have a Gwen. Oh, right here, I'm sorry, that's the green gold. If I were to stay on top of watering, they would be good. We're so cool, we don't even get that hot. But because sometimes I stay busy. So this is the Gwen with the fruit. Check it out. Gwen with the fruit and the 5. I killed a gem. I forced a gem to hold a fruit in a 5. So this needs to go in the ground. This needs to go in the ground. I want to pair this one with the one in Salinas, the gem. I want to pair the gem with its mom, with the Gwen. So they have a dark ripening and a green ripening. And let me show you. This is what I mean. Just right there. You see, it's kind of... And this one also had like 2 fruit, but again, it gets hot or hot enough to where I think I water enough, but it becomes hydrophobic. It becomes hydrophobic. Like, I only try to light water. Like, I don't water how I water in the nursery. This is kind of like light water. And sometimes I slip. And then also the Monrovia. The Monrovia 5 I've featured before. I went into this one, I obtained it last winter of 2023. Winter of 2023, 2024. And just left it out in the rain. Left it out in the rain, wrong. I was confident. I was like, oh, it's a clonal. This is a clonal rootstock. It's superior. It's fine. Just leave it out. But again, I don't know. This is a Monrovia. I don't know what rootstock they use, but it did not like wet feet. It instantly defoliated. So I painted it to protect it. And then I also did a root drench of the Monterey Garden Floss. And then now that it's developing some foliage, I'm going to do a foliar spray. A foliar spray, if you see right there, Phytophthora and Phytium, those are the root rot diseases. And then real quick also, let me show you guys the pluot. The pluot, harvesting a pluot right there. That one has a hole. Something bit it. This is Dapple Dandy. Dapple Dandy. Let me show you the other one. This is nice fruit for a year 1 in-ground tree. So the Dapple Dandy is a go. And now hear this. Crunchy. Delicious. I like pluots over plums because they stay firm longer, giving you a longer window to either leave them on the tree or keep them on the shelf. But yeah, this is a Dapple Dandy. And let me show you guys the garambullo. That's one right there. When it's purple, that's ready. El garambullo. El garambullo, and there's another one. Again, this was a full ridge. It was crested, but this was at a high point. And so it kind of almost like, I mean, the cresting and the ridge is still there. But now it was like a perfect fist, but now it's just growing all distorted. Growing all distorted. I apologize, I didn't show you guys the harvest. I was selfish. Kept that moment to myself. I shared it with my daughter. She was picking all these fruit. The emerald drop, we got some emerald drop. We got some flavor queen. And then let me show you the multigraph. The multigraph is still loaded. So the Dapple Dandy was loaded. I featured a short. Helen Zuniga. Hi, hola. So the Dapple Dandy took everything off, but nowhere as big as this, because look, it's not in ground. It's in a 25. Oh, look, there's some right here. No, these might be. And then these right here, Flavor King. Flavor King. And then let me show you this one up here. This one's ready. Flavor Queen. And the one that didn't set flower, was the Flavor Supreme. Flavor Supreme in both multigraph form and in standalone tree. This was originally the Flavor Supreme Plua. I did a live where I've grafted this, and look, they all took. Except look, they're somewhat getting girdled. And that's what happened to this one too. This one was girdled, and I was seeing it, I released it, but then the wind just broke it off. I mean, this was a pluary, but again, if it doesn't have more vigor, doesn't grow with enough vigor to compete with the other varieties, you'll see some dieback. Flavor Queen. So this is my standalone tree Flavor Queen. And then check out my Espalier apple tree. That's Brayburn, Gala, and then what is this one? Macintosh. Some Macintosh. Up here, Jonah Gold. Jonah Gold's supposed to be really good, as per customers' input. So the only two that didn't set here was the Fuji. The Fuji didn't set, and the Gravenstein. But yeah, this is like my little hobby tree, where I come and pinch every other day, sometimes even daily. Right here. You want spurs, so you really want to trim or pinch like at every third or fourth lift. This is somewhat like I've not let it overgrow, but you want your spurs a little tighter, especially because, like, look, from this tier to this tier, it's less than 12 inches, so it's pretty tight. So yeah, you just want to 1, 2, 3 leaves and pinch. Keep them small so that your spurs are nice and tight. Or if you do run them a little longer, then you can also bend so that then it's just not just like a straight wall. It becomes more of a thicker hedge. Okay, back to painting my trees. So yeah. Go natural paint. Maximum VOCs less than 100. Tree trunk brown. Flavor Queen. This is good, but Apple Dandy over Flavor Queen, personally. But check it out. But the fact that you're getting anything, it's good. Nice little glob of paint, and it's gonna be water, I'm running it a little thicker just so that the sunblock is more effective. So yeah, if you've been following these two right here, gems with the purple tag, Capulin Nursery, $35 versus Four Winds via Four Winds, $59.99. So yeah, let's start. The main trunk and all limbs, all lateral limbs, no leaves. So like, look, this right here is not a lateral limb. That's just the leaf stem. So don't paint that. Paint this. Okay, these, nah, you don't need to paint that. Okay, just so you know the difference. So main trunk, main stem, and lateral branching. Because again, we're starting to see just a little bit, but again, it's from neglect. I've just enjoying the summer with my daughter, so you guys must have seen the content slowing down. That's just me enjoying the summer with my daughter. So sorry, but not sorry. All right, here we go. Paint. I'm painting because I'm going on vacation and I'm delivering some of these trees today. But even then, they're keeping them till fall. They're keeping them to fall. They just don't feel comfortable enough. They didn't feel comfortable enough planting straight into summer, being able to stay on top of the watering. So I just said, let's Let's wait closer to fall, going into winter. Helen Zuniga, if you're still tuned in, do you grow any avocados? And if so, what variety? Let me know. Or for the people tuned in, what varieties do you grow? What are you looking for? I can help you find it. If you feel some type of way about the paint, you could do hot spots, like maybe only just doing the top of the limbs. The top, not really worrying about the underside. So maybe I would just do the trunk and then the top of the limbs. But I paint the entire surface, again, of the limbs and the main trunk. Alex Aldaña, saludos, Avo. I keep painting off some trees and delivering as many as I can to some relatives before I go off on a vacation. Because I'm going to be gone for like 5 days. So, and we're expecting not some heat, but local heat waves, 80s. But again, it is enough to dry the can. Again, they wouldn't even need any paint if you stay on top of water, but I'm a notorious underwater. Like I'll baby in terms of like soil, make it really soft for the roots to penetrate, paint it, sometimes even a trunk tree protection sleeve. But when it comes to watering, I let it kind of fend for itself. How are your trees, Alex? Facing any major heat waves? Shh, 107 Central Valley. Do you have shade? Do you throw an umbrella over it? How have you been getting through? Are they painted? Give us the tips for the people who are facing the heat. Again, I paint because I underwater. Yeah, that's what I tell people. That's what I tell people. I tell people that they shed their leaves annually, but as long as you're getting that new flush, and you'll know because they come in red. Kind of already got its color, but it'll be burgundy red. So I got a free Carmen. A free Carmen came back because the tree defoliated, but all the limbs were pushing a new flush, but they panicked. They panicked. They pulled it. It was already planted in the ground. This is a Carmen. I'll show it to you. It's in the front right now. I should actually bring it to paint it. But yeah, they pulled a Carmen. They planted a Carmen and they pulled it because they panicked. They said, something's wrong with this. It lost all its leaves. And they repotted it perfectly well because it's doing good. It's growing. So again, don't panic. They shed leaves annually. And as long as you're seeing that new flush, you're fine. You're fine. Again, the Monrovia did stress and defoliated with no growth. No growth. So that was concerning. That's why I immediately painted it. And like the second half of winter, I didn't allow it to get any rain. I didn't allow it to get any rainwater. I just let it dry. I just let it dry out. So I painted it from this side. And then now just turn it 180 so that you get the other side. I can be working faster, but it's kind of relaxing. So I just take my time. One's done. Next up, I'm also going to be telling you how I'm shaping them. This one I released from the stem and then I bent it. And see, you're already starting to see this? All that bud swell is a direct effect from bending it. You're going to get shoots going in the opposite direction of the bend. So play with it. My number one recommendation would be to bend it. Bend it and then pinch it. Hard topping is of last resort. Bend and twist. Because it could be that it has 3 lateral branches in the main shoot, but if you lay that main central leader over, you already have 4. It could be that you had 3 little ones, 3 little lateral branches, but you have that central leader. I would lay that down, and now you have 4. So again, you don't want to just let it grow vertical. So yeah, stay tuned. All these are going to be planted over the next, starting maybe over the next 4 to 6 weeks. So maybe about another month and a half. And I just put that mat down. I put that blue striped mat down so I wouldn't paint the concrete. I wouldn't stain the concrete. So yeah, check it out. This one I released it and pinched it. But then you don't want two buds growing into each other, so knock one off. There. Took that one off, leaving the one. Any questions, just let me know. Shout out to the one person tuned in. You're a trooper. And so far I've only ever had to paint once. Once on putting it down, and then the growth that's pushed out after it's planted, I don't go back and touch it up, and they're fine. So this isn't something that you have to keep doing. It could still be established and get burnt, but it'll only serve as a natural prune. So don't worry too much about it. As long as you protected it during the initial planting to avoid the dieback or the shock, you should be fine. Shout out to the 4 people tuned in. Comment down below. What are you growing? What are you looking for? Maybe I can help. One more thing. So these are the ones in Capulin Nursery. Some people might feel some type of way, like that there's a lot of wood chips, and that is correct. There's more wood chips in the Capulin gems than the 4-wing growers. However, what I'm going to do with these is drop them in like 4 bags of sand. 4 bags of sand, and water the mound. Hit the mound, hit the mound. Let it flood. So that the wood byproduct floats. Wood byproduct is going to float, and then the heavier sand is going to start penetrating the root ball. And you can get it to float up. You can get it to float up. But again, drop it in all sand. And a lot of sand. So that's going to be the case with the 2 that I have from El Capulin. I have to support El Capulin, so every time I go out there, I buy one. Because El Capulin is in Watsonville, and that's where I'm originally from. I'm from Watsonville. I live in Santa Cruz now, but got love for my hometown. 15 minutes south. It's just 15 minutes south. And then Salinas, well, I got family in Salinas too. I got family all throughout the 831. Santa Cruz, Watsonville, and Salinas. Another thing I want to talk about is limb drop. Limb drop is perfectly fine as long as there's other viable shoots. It'll just be like one running away with the vigor, where if it's a weenie, limb, sometimes it might die back all the way to the stem and drop it. And I'll give you an example of it. So this limb is dying back. This limb is dying back, but again, all the vigor's running up top. And that one just is not big enough to like draw the energy over the other limbs. So then it just dries up and dies. Again, perfectly normal if you have multiple shoots. Some of them, one of them or two of them may die. Seedling dropped its pit. They feed off of this until it falls off. So we'll be fertilizing. So let's look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lateral branching. This one's a good one. Again. And this is going to be the last one. My phone is running low on battery. I'm going to refresh the paint, remix it. But I'm actually going to go drop 2 of them off right now. So, thank you everyone for tuning in. Wishing you guys all a happy Friday and a great weekend tomorrow. Stay tuned. I'm going to be selling gems. I'm going to be selling gems live. So I need to get together, time it when the day that they bring it up from the fruit hall. I got to get them green. I got to get them green, and I don't want them to be gassed. Because Broke all gasses his avocados. So I don't want that. I don't want that because I'm gonna ship them. They're gonna be gems in packs of 6. So stay tuned for that one. I'm giving everybody an opportunity to score some gems if you haven't tried so already. Sometime late next week. This is pretty not important, but I definitely want to try it out. I keep saying that live stream is the future of selling things. I'm not just trying to sell you guys things either though. That's the thing. I sell things, or I push things that I like. Is what I'm gonna say. And then again, I'm not trying to convince you. Sales is not convincing. I'm just assisting. I'm only relaying the facts, showing how the tree performs, showing the height, showing the fruit. If it's something you like, if it's something you want, let me know. But again, I try to stand behind quality so that selling it is easy. Like, I don't even need to do anything. It sells itself. So again, I'm behind the gem. I've seen how they perform. I don't get any callbacks, no crashes. They just keep going, and going. Again, they're not slow growing. They're heavy feeders. Feed like a regular tree. I feed a cup a month. I feed 1 cup a month. By the way, my gem in my front door, in my front yard, is due for a feeding. But I said I would mulch as well. It dropped its fruit because the layer of mulch was thin. But it's okay, because it's only a 2-year in ground. And I feel like I'd rather it gain some size and vigor over focusing on producing fruit. Alright, thank you everyone for tuning in. As soon as I'm done with this one, it's a wrap. It was an hour of painting fruit trees. A little bit tedious, but it has to be done. Again, the painting helps with the extremes, both low and high. In the summer, serves as a sunblock, and in the winter, the coat of paint serves like a blanket. Alright, thank you everyone for tuning in. Once again, have a good one. Thanks for all the support. Have a good one.